The Gamasutra job board is the most diverse, active and established board of its kind for the video game industry. Here is just one of the many positions being advertised right now. Location: Redmond, Washington. Description of duties. Summary of requirements. We are an equal opportunity employer of individuals with disabilities and protected veterans, valuing diversity, celebrating strengths. Interested? Apply now. Whether you are just starting out, looking for something new, or just seeing what's out there, the Gamasutra job board is the place where game developers move ahead in their careers. Gamasutra's job board is the most diverse, most active, and most established board of its kind in the video game industry, serving companies of all sizes, from indie to AAA. Looking for a new job? Get started here. Are you a recruiter looking for talent? Post jobs here. Unity has announced its first annual Unity for Humanity contest, an initiative with a focus on games that inspire meaningful change. One developer will be awarded $25,000 in funding to help bring their project to fruition. This is a great opportunity for developers who feel as though their work could make an impact on others, and receive the added benefit of funding and mentorship as well. As explained in a blog post, eligible projects are those that are currently in development, but not yet completed. Projects must also demonstrate plans for distribution and be willing to submit a business to consumers at the event. In addition, a prototype or video demoing the project must be provided, along with a detailed pitch or treatment outlining the project details. It's worth noting that submitted projects must utilize Unity as the only 3D game engine software used during production. Interested developers can head here for the full list of contest terms and conditions. If they choose to submit their work over the weekend, Valve published a blog detailing the top controller-friendly games on Steam for 2018, and the analysis includes the that will help players find games they might enjoy most with the kind of controller they own. This guide could be useful for developers interested in seeing what genre of game was most compatible for different controllers, including the PlayStation, X, Nintendo Switch Pro, and Steam controllers. For every controller, each guide is broken down into 3 sections: most popular, most unique, and local multiplayer. Each section starts off by highlighting the 50 games most popular with that controller, with Valve looking at the number of minutes played in each game with each type of controller. After doing some more math, Valve generated a list of generally popular games that also have good controller support for each kind of controller. Interestingly enough, many of the most popular games show up as played a lot with all controller types. The most unique games by controller provide some pretty interesting info in regards to what types of games players gravitate to the most. For example, PlayStation controllers were the choice for fighting games, with Soul Calibur 6, BlazBlue, Cross Tag Battle and Street Fighter V making the list. X controller owners seem to prefer open-world games, with titles like Just Cause 3, Saints Row 4, Skyrim and Mafia 3 among the list of games that are most unique to the device. As explained in the blog, Valve speculates that the preferences point to both a difference in demographics between owners of the respective controllers, and the differing level of support for specific controllers between games. Interested developers can check out the lists here. In this DD 2012 session, Double Fine's Nathan Moritz, Brad Mule, Lee Petty and Tim Schafer explain the inspiration and ideas behind their rapid prototyping process, and how it's central to the way Double Fine generates new ideas and promotes other creative voices at the company. They dig into the process of going from those prototypes to full games, presenting specific case studies of production challenges that their projects faced and the solutions that were employed to overcome those issues. It was an insightful talk that's definitely still worth watching. So developers should not miss the opportunity to do so now that it's freely available on the official GD YouTube channel. In addition to this presentation, THEGDC Vault and its accompanying YouTube channel offers numerous other free videos, audio recordings, and slides from many of the recent Game Developers Conference events. And the service offers even more members-only content for GD Vault subscribers. Those who purchased all access passes to recent events, like GD Vault, already have full access to GD Vault, and interested parties can apply for the individual subscription via the GD Vault subscription page. Group subscriptions are also available. Game-related schools and development studios who sign up for GD Vault Studio subscriptions can receive access for their entire office or company by contacting staff via the THEGDC Vault Group subscription page. Finally, current subscribers with access issues can contact GD Vault technical support. Gamasutra and GD are sibling organizations under parent company Informa. At the 2019 Game Developers Conference, you can look forward to an array of talks from speakers across the video game industry. During the week, you will hear from industry legends, niche experts, and amazing advocates, many of whom will want to learn about you and your work as much as you do theirs. At GD 2019, sound designer and composer elite Alexandrov will be exploring the soundscape of two Assassin's Creed games, Assassin's Creed Rogue and Assassin's Creed Origins. To introduce you to Alexandrova before her talk, we're each turned for a quick Q&A that you can now read below. Would you please introduce yourself and talk about your role in game development? I am Elitsa Alexandrova, a sound designer and composer working at Ubisoft Sofia, Bulgaria since 2007. Without spoiling it, what will you be talking about at GD? My presentation will be focused on the challenges of composing music for the Assassin's Creed franchise and more precisely, for Assassin's Creed Rogue and Assassin's Creed Origins, The Curse of the Pharaohs. I want to share my experience during this process, from the possibility to make the music direction of the game, and composing the scores to the playing and recording different instruments and doing the implementation of the music in the respective game tools. What excites you most about the future of game development? In terms of the audio progress in the games, the improvement of the technologies and the development of the sound systems and tools, which will give us the possibility to have more flexibility to build adaptive sound design, to use the whole palette of styles in the music creation, and to make the world of the sound in the games immersive and even more realistic. Tell us about your favorite project you worked on in the last year that you are allowed to talk about. My favorite project I worked on in the last year was Assassin's Creed Origins: The Curse of the Pharaohs. In order to achieve authenticity in writing music close to the ancient Egyptian original, although there simply is no direct information on what exactly the music in Egypt was like, I did my research and I was very excited to discover very interesting historical finds concerning the similarity between ancient Egyptian and Bulgarian folk instruments, the usage of the old and non-tempered modes, which are typical both for Bulgarian and Egyptian folk music, allowed Mitchell create very interesting mystical music texture for the fantasy world of the Egyptian afterlife. Bring your team to GD. Register a group of 10 or more and save 10% on conference passes. Learn more. For more details on GDC 2000 on 19 visit the show's official website, or subscribe to regular updates via Facebook, Twitter, or Gamasutra and GD are sibling organizations under parent company and former Nintendo president Shintaro Furukawa has suggested the company might one day move away from home console development as technology changes. In a recent interview with Nikkei, translated by Nintendo Everything, the recently appointed president, who replaced Tatsumi Kimishima back in June 2018, stressed that flexibility is just as important as ingenuity in the business world, and that Nintendo must be able to adapt as the games industry evolves. Speaking more broadly,